Hello everyone, this is Maureen and welcome back as we study this year's Christmas Advent in the Manger. Now, if you followed me the last couple of days, you know that I'm sharing with you these 25 devotionals that are going to take us up to Christmas from Max Lucado. His book is published by Thomas Nelson. I never can remember which name comes first, not Thomas or Nelson. But anyway, Thomas Nelson Publishing Company. There's a link for you down in the description box. It'll take you right to it if you wish to follow along with me. I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you. The comments that I've already received on this devotional series, it's good, isn't it? I mean, and we're just now into day 3. But I assure you, if you follow with me every single day, you're going to be blessed with a different take on what we find in the manger. So I have a question for you. How many times have you been introduced to someone? And I'll give you an example. I would like to introduce you to Robert. And they say, oh, it's okay, just call me Bob. Or William. Just call me Bill. Or maybe in a girl's name. This one I've never figured out, so if anybody knows why, please tell me. Margaret, just call me Peggy Sue. I've never been able to figure that one out. But anyway, they're okay with being called by some other name. But let's think about Jesus for just a moment. In fact, today's topic is just call him Jesus. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Comes from Isaiah 7:14. Now, there are lots of names that we associate with Jesus. Father, God, Lord, Savior, Emmanuel. But today, we are just going to look at the name Jesus. And it is a name that most of us, for one reason or another, seem to be much more comfortable with. And I bet you're going to figure out why as I read to you an explanation. It was about to begin, God's plan for humanity, crafted in the halls of heaven and carried out on the plains of earth. Only holiness could have imagined it. Only divinity could have encased it. Only righteousness could have endured it. And once the plan began, there would be no turning back. The Creator knew it. The Son knew it. And soon earth itself would witness heaven's majesty alighting on the planet. When God chose to reveal himself to mankind, what medium did he use? A book? No, that was secondary. A church? No, that was incidental. A moral code? No. To limit God's revelation to a cold list of do's and don'ts is as tragic as looking at a Colorado road map and saying that you'd seen the Rockies. When God chose to reveal himself, he did so through a human body. The hand that touched the leopard had dirt under its nails. The feet upon which the woman wept was calloused and dusty. And his tears, don't forget about his tears. They came from a heart as broken as yours or mine has ever been. So people came to him. My, how they came to him. They came at night. They touched him as he walked down the street. They followed him around the sea. They invited him into their homes and placed their children at his feet. Why? Because he refused to be a statue in a cathedral or a priest in an elevated pulpit. He chose instead to just be Jesus. There was not a hint of one person who was afraid to draw near him. There were those who mocked him, were envious of him, and who misunderstood him. There were those who revered him, but no one considered him too holy or too divine to touch. That there was not one person who was reluctant to approach him for fear of being rejected. So remember that the next time you find yourself amazed at your own failures, or the next time acidic accusations burns holes in your souls, or the next time you see a cold cathedral or hear a lifeless sermon. Remember, it is man who creates the distance, but it is Jesus who builds the bridge. What a wonderful name. A name that makes Jesus as human as you or I, because he was. I mean, it says so right there. It also says so right in the Bible. 4 different Gospels tell us that Jesus was born as a babe, that Jesus grew into a man. Jesus was human, just like you and I. And all 4 Gospels and all the books after in the New Testament proclaim the fact that Jesus smiled, he laughed, he loved, he hurt, he cried. He even got angry. If you remember the story about him cleaning out all of the stalls and things that had made their way into the church, all the selling and that kind of thing, he cleaned that all out. He was so angry that his Father's house had been turned into a marketplace rather than a place of worship for the people. God knew what he was doing when he was willing to give up himself and be born just like you and I, to suffer everything that we suffer, to rejoice in everything that we rejoice in, to share a life just like we do. Jesus. What a wonderful name that all we have to do is call out Jesus, and he's right there. Isn't that wonderful? So as it says, the next time you find yourself amazed at your own failures, call out to Jesus. The next time you see a cold cathedral, that's just a building. That's not where Jesus is. Jesus is right here. Or the next time you hear a sermon that you just don't feel like you've been fed, that's okay, because Jesus was not in those words. Jesus is in the words of the book, the Bible. Go and find him there. He's waiting for you. The next time you wish to listen to the chaos, to the accusations, to words that are going to tear you down, don't. Call out to Jesus, because he knows all about you. He knows everything that you're going through. Just call him Jesus. He's waiting there. Thank you, as always, for being here to hear these words that are not mine, but that are meant to make us stop and think, especially in this time of the year. Let us all go to the manger. Let's take a moment. Let's pause in all the chaos that's going on right now about Christmas. Pause a moment. Look inside the manger to see what is right there. Let us celebrate the birth of a babe. Let us call him Jesus. Thank you once again, and remember, guys, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.